Doctor Who Day, a magical time of year where fans all over the globe come together to worship the birth of our Lord and Saviour, Doctor Who. You know, even if it's not a celebratory year for the programme, be it like the 60th, the 50th or even the 10th, fans do always come together and create some amazing stuff to mark this auspicious occasion, and even the BBC tend to hold off a few important announcements for this day in particular. As of recording this video, it is the 24th of November, meaning yesterday was the 62nd anniversary of Doctor Who, and I've seen a good proportion of what both fans and official workers at the BBC have prepared to celebrate. So today, I'm here to do the WhoTube Roundup, showcase everything I found and spotlight some amazing creators. From the birth of a new universe to 2 AI controversies, seriously, I can't believe there's 2 of these. From stage show to audio, this is everything the 62nd anniversary of Doctor Who had to offer, and here's how you can experience it.
Happy Doctor Who Day.
The first thing I saw when I woke up this morning was this lovely little video. This is the War Between the Land of the Sea cast wishing Doctor Who a very happy birthday. And it is a nice little video, but I think it's a bit strange to have these guys as like the face of this anniversary year. Most of these characters we haven't even met in universe yet, and there's not even a single Doctor. I mean, no Doctor. Like, that's how down bad the show is right now, that the only people wishing it a happy birthday on behalf of the BBC are from a spin-off that the BBC has actively tried to separate from Doctor Who, probably because of the whole Disney Plus deal going down. It's just a bit unfortunate.
Happy Doctor Who Day! Yay!
But let's not worry about the rocky state that Doctor Who's been in the last couple of years, when we can look back on some of the scenes that we were never meant to see. Yes, as the precedent was set last year for Doctor Who's 61st anniversary, this year we have got the deleted scenes for season 2 up on the Doctor Who YouTube channel, and these are some doozies. I have no idea why this scene was cut out of Joy to the World. I'm not like a Joy to the World fan or anything, but everyone I've talked to loves the scenes between the Doctor and Anita, and this just would have already added to what was already a lovely moment. The Doctor and Anita both sharing this moment of not calling that one person in their lives at what is supposedly the happiest time of year is just such a softly beautiful moment. This TARDIS scene definitely needed some of the fat trimming, but I do love this line.
Doctor, the only power I have in this room is to ask you if my life is in danger.
That right there is a lovely deconstruction of the companion role that Belinda was trying to break out of until she didn't later on in the series. Missed potential. I did test the Interstellar Song Contest, as I really hope a lot of you do too, and this scene probably would have done it no favours. Like, it feels a bit too silly given the serious moment it's currently taking place in, and it felt more like an excuse to get Ryland on wires for a bit longer, yet worthy cut I think. But I don't wish to spoil every scene that was in that video. As with everything I'll be talking about here, the link will be in the description if you want to go check it out for yourself. I don't know, maybe you're more into this defying gravity stuff than I am, but it just isn't for me.
I had a doubt today.
No, you didn't.
I couldn't help it.
While on the subject of the latest series of Doctor Who, the BBC script archive for the show has now released all of the episodes from season 2. I love these things because sometimes you'll just find these interesting little tidbits, like lines that never made it to air, or possibly just some of the funniest stage directions you'll ever read in your life. Say what you will about the Chibnall era, but this one stage direction, let me read, Now Rickshaw takes off his helmet, strong, rough and tough mofo. I mean, that shit lives in my head rent-free, I love it. And Claire exhales, defiant, triumphant, as if about to shout "fuck you" to the angel. Literally from the same episode, by the way. What other writer would literally write "fuck you" in a Doctor Who script? No one but Chibnall, because Chibnall is the GOAT. I haven't had a chance yet to comb through everything that's in the Season 2 scripts. I mean, hell, I haven't had a chance yet to comb through the Series 1 scripts. But, you know, maybe that's something I'll do in my spare time. I have heard rumblings that there is some very interesting shit regarding the reality war and what that episode was supposed to be, but never was. Nothing major, but just look at the dates and stuff. It's very telling. But I'll leave videos about that for MrTARDIS and, you know, confused adipose. Moving away from the slightly harsh reception of the new series and into the warm, loving embrace of Series 10, we finally have news about the Series 10 soundtrack that was announced to be coming out a couple of months back. Yes, indeedy, at long last, we finally have a release date for this thing, and that is, funny enough, the 12th of December. 12/12, yeah, for the 12th Doctor. How did none of us see this coming? On the 12th day of Christmas, Murray Gold gave to me 12th Doctor music. Not only that, but we've had these images released showing off all the track names, the cover art and the CD art. And also, this isn't in the script, but I have since learned that they actually did release one of the tracks. I think it's from the Monk trilogy, but I can't remember the name. If in editing, I'll just put it up here or put a link to it or whatever I can find, really. I couldn't actually get much on the price of this thing, but I did find this one online store selling it on pre-order for about £13.40. £13. 13. So you couldn't have made it £12 at least? I mean, come on BBC, know your theming. I'm not terribly fussed about the Series 10 soundtrack. Not to say that this is when Doctor Who music got bad, this is just when Murray Gold music in particular got less memorable. I can't really name any of the tracks or even picture the music in my head. The only one that really stands out is Bill's theme, and that's, for me, that's literally it. Oh, and maybe that music that plays during 12th Doctor's final stand. That's basically like Shepherd's Boy. Yeah, that was good. But yeah, I know a lot of people have been waiting for this one, so wait no longer, it's coming soon. Speaking of the audios, actually, little side note, Big Finish, where have they been all day? I have not heard a peep from them. They are arguably the branch of Doctor Who that has the most to announce in any given month, but even their output this month has been a lot slower and smaller than it has been just in the previous months. But it's weird, right? The fact that they've gone so quiet. Like, no birthday message on the Facebook, no announcements, no cover announcements, not even a sale. My brothers in Christ, Big Finish loves a sale. Why no sale? For the love of stories? Yeah, more like not for the love of money, because we don't want that shit apparently, because we're just going to charge full price at Doctor Who's arguably busiest time of the year. Yeah, alright, the original one was more catchy, we'll stick with that. Wait, what? No! 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 How does the TARDIS do that? That is painful. Okay, so, this is Rory from the future. A day in the future, to be exact. I'm recording this on the 25th of November, and I can tell you that on the 24th of November, Big Finish did in fact release this cover art for the 4th Doctor Adventures. This is like the next box set that's coming out of his. I think the box set was already known, but this is what the cover looks like now, and it's probably got some story details too. So Big Finish, you're really out here making me look like a dimwit, aren't you? In fairness, this probably should have come the day before, and it's still not that much. I mean, I'm still surprised there was not even like a birthday message or a birthday picture or anything on their Facebook. But yeah, that happened at least. Oh, and while I'm on the subject, character options are making me look like a dipshit too. They literally post this today. New Wrath Warrior figures. They look gorgeous, by the way. £45. Probably check it out on their website. Link in the description. Not affiliated, but you know, all the links are in the description for this video. But yeah, 25th of November. I guess it's technically like the 2-year anniversary of the Star Beast, but surely Doctor Who's anniversary was more important, especially when Bugger All happened. Well, not Bugger All. This video is how long? Well, I don't know. You know. You'll figure it out. So yeah, that was that. That was all unscripted, obviously, because this just happened. And I don't really know how to end this bit, so I guess oh shit, I'm vanishing again! Yeah! Oh, fuck me. What in the grandfather paradox was that? I actually have no idea what the hell just happened there, but I did get little bits, and I was right, or will be right, or am right. Yeah, Doctor Who hasn't actually done a lot for this anniversary, and Doctor Who fans are so down bad for news, we've actually had to start making up our own. Admittedly, this one didn't actually happen on the 23rd. It happened before and was sort of like a developing story, but it fits the theme and stuff happened on the 23rd, so I think it counts. So the rumour mill has been churning recently, and the big rumour at the moment is that Paul McGann, lovely 8th Doctor himself, will be returning for the Christmas special alongside Billie Piper. And you know what? There's some evidence to back this one up. I don't think there's like solid proof, but there's a little bit to go off of there. But then things just got that little bit more mad because this picture emerged of Paul McGann in his TV, or a look that's like his TV movie appearance, next to Billie Piper on some sort of set, and folks are still undecided whether this is AI or not. But while the jury is still out on this photo leak, the same cannot be said for that photo leak, which I think came out on the 23rd, or at least that's when I first saw it. Seriously, how did they think they were going to get away with this? You don't just release a leaked image and then go, oh hey bro, I can't actually see anything in it. Could you maybe like show us more? And then just release the same image but extended. Like, that's not how leaks work. Update. I found out today that a video was actually uploaded of this, which is very obviously AI. It's taking that image and making it a moving image. There is AI software that does this. I don't think that is in dispute. And Eccleston is even in this video, which just makes it more apparent it's AI, because unless Russell T Davies gets sacked in the next 5 minutes, this ain't happening. But this is absolutely mental to me, because we have one image that we're very sort of certain is AI but could still be legit, another image which is extended and probably has been extended with AI, and then we've got a video that is definitely AI, but it's the AI of the AI photo that was already AI. It's AI'd. Either shit's gotten really fucky at this point, or Old MacDonald's dyslexia has gotten even worse. And to round off all the official news, we have the TARDIS landing, believe it or not, in Stonehenge. This was the culmination of an online treasure hunt called Warp Around the World. I'm not too familiar, but I assume it's like your average kind of ARG, where you look at websites and different videos for clues to solve a mystery. And in this case, I assume the TARDIS landing in Stonehenge was just part of that ARG and one of those mysteries. It's also probably promotion for the war between the land and the sea, because as far as I'm aware, the trailer that we got with Kate Stewart, which is banging, by the way, brilliant trailer, that sort of released alongside this whole ARG project, and I think was one of the rewards for solving the clues. It's a lovely publicity event, especially since it harkens back to the 2010 story, Pandorica Opens, where fans will know it was revealed that Stonehenge is just a landmark, just X marking the spot to show where the fabled Pandorica lie. I actually really wish I could have gone to see this, because in case you are unaware, they did actually do filming in 2010 at Stonehenge. They were allowed like I think a day's filming, but then they weren't allowed to do like night shoots or anything, and they needed specific setups, so they recreated the entire thing. But the TARDIS never actually landed there in the story. So it's great that they finally managed to make this happen, and it's a lovely photo to have this weird monolith standing right outside a British national treasure. I'll let you decide which one's the monolith and which one's the national treasure. And that was everything the BBC had to offer for this year's celebration. A lot of people were disappointed with how minimal it was this year, and a lot of others were hoping for an update on the missing episodes case, or perhaps an announcement clearing up what's going on with next year's Christmas special regarding the casting, but I guess we're going to have to wait a little bit longer for those. It's not a significant anniversary year, so I think their output was enough. Even if a more significant announcement, it would have been nice. But where the BBC lack, the fans will always pick up the slack. We have a lot to go through here, including some mini interviews with some of the creators behind these projects. So let's waste no more time and dive right into, for this channel, let's be honest, it's the most obvious one. Joe Street of Confused Adipose fame released 14 brand new images for Echo's Destiny Part 2 coming in around December, which, yes, you know what that means. Joe's now snuck his way into another Dalek director spotlight video. You win this round. There are some really nice images here though. You got some lovely shots of the Daleks and the Cybermen, and some of the Echo and Masters reunion. But I shan't go further. If you want to see all the photos, then his Instagram, once again, will be in the description. I had a word with Joe and asked him how he felt now that his very last fan film is coming to a close after years of making them, and this was his response.
I'm not gonna lie, it is bizarre because at the time of recording this voice memo, the premiere for the cast and crew is in under 2 weeks' time, so it's properly like endgame for the film. And I mean, I haven't not been working on a Doctor Who fan film of some sort for what is almost 12 years now, which is absolutely crazy. And I mean, the Echo saga itself, that's the better part of like 4, nearly 5 years. So it's quite sad, but I almost don't have time to think about that because every waking moment is, oh my gosh, there's a glitch on this shot that I've got to fix, or oh no, Paige's footsteps are too loud in this scene, or oh no, Artie was yelling some profanities in the background of this take, so we're gonna have to get Elise back into audio dub something. But no, it's good fun. I think it'll hit me once the premiere's done. Once the film's actually complete, that will be the moment where I go, oh god, we need 10 more Echo films. And then we'll do a DW 2012, we'll multiverse it, but I don't know, that was a joke. I don't know what the future holds in store, but it should be fun, and sad and fun, but that's great, what a combo.
Thank you for that, mate. But Joe is not the only person I spoke to about this film. I got the lowdown on how Elise Collins feels about playing the future Doctor in this trilogy, and this is what she had to say.
Hi, my name is Elise and I play one of the Doctors in the Confused Adiposes Echo fan film trilogy. Joe Street, he gave me a call one day because Emma, who plays the Doctor, or one of the Doctors in the first film, couldn't make some of the filming dates for the second film, and he said, what other blonde friends do I have? So he gave me a call and said, would you be interested? And as much as I love Emma and as brilliant as she is, I'm so glad that she couldn't do it because it meant that I got to. And now Emma's in the last film as well, so everyone's come back together. I can't actually believe that it is the last film. I've been doing this since 2022, which is so bizarre that it's lasted me 3 years, and I've literally like all my adult life basically. I've been running around the countryside holding a sonic screwdriver, so I don't really feel like a proper adult. But it's been so much fun. I don't really think it will be the last film, to be quite honest, as much as Joe says it will. The final Echo Final Vow, Echo's Destiny, whatever it's called these days, was originally meant to be like a 20-minute epilogue, and then it turned into 2 films. So I'd imagine I'll get a call at one point asking for some pickup shots because I've wrapped filming like 4 times. It's just been so amazing being able to do this with such a fun group of people. We've had so many massive filming days that have had like 20 people just dressed in masks and sat in a hot field somewhere where you can smell cow manure. We've had these freezing shoots as well where Joe was like, can you just lie in the ocean for a bit? Yeah, don't worry, I know it's 2 degrees in February, but just like lie down in the ocean for a bit. So it's been a whirlwind of emotions, but I can't believe that it's going to be over, and it's something that I really associate with my summers now as well, that every summer we all get together and just run around the countryside and play Doctor Who. I feel like I'm in primary school again. But I hope everyone's had a really happy Doctor Who day and is looking forward to seeing Echo's Destiny, the final vow. Don't think there's a release date yet, but coming soon!
We'll be hearing more from her later, and as Jo said, the premiere is vastly approaching, and I have an invite, of course, being part of the film itself. I will hopefully be doing a spoiler-free vlog that day, if I remember to bring my camera. Fingers crossed. And although there's no official release date yet, Jo has made comment to say that it will definitely be releasing in December. Who knows, maybe it will release a whole year after the first part. I mean, that's what I would do. Wink, wink. While saying goodbye to one fan series, this day also marked the start of another. Obsolete is a 4-part mini-series based around the Daleks. Created and animated by Anthony Lan, the series sees 2 blue-collar Daleks receive a summons after years of doing nothing but work, a summons that would change everything. The series has James Marshall providing the score and Nicholas Briggs starring as the voice of the Daleks, because that man loves those things. I feel like you could get him to do anything.
We are summoned. Disengage and attend.
It's a short but well animated piece of media that tackles an aspect of Dalek history a lot of people don't really think about, that being they're not all warriors. They do need some workers, and these Dalek workers have been doing it for so long that they're just rusting and decaying, aging at the bottom in the pits of Skaro. The short was released onto the Dalek 6388 YouTube channel, and that's where you'll be able to see the other 3 parts as and when they drop. And if you want to know how it was made, the king of Doctor Who documentaries, Josh Nez, has released a video on his channel interviewing Anthony, talking about where the inspirations came from and what aspirations he has for the future of his channel. I have a lot of love and respect for Josh, as they helped me and guided me to making my own Big Finish animations much like their own. I love watching their documentaries, so if you've checked out Obsolete, please go and watch their video on it afterwards. Going from one person who clearly has a plot to tell to a couple of guys who you can tell have clearly lost the plot, we turn to the world of Doctor Who stage shows. This one actually happened on the 22nd of November, but it's too good not to include in this video. Out of Plot was a charity stage show created by Jack Reeves and Harry Hudson based on the Big Finish audio Out of Time, but you know, comedy. And not to fumble open an old wound, but it actually worked out this time. Sorry, Jack. It's a good thing you didn't perform it at midnight or midday. Let me tell you, I wish I could have gone and seen this live. It's literally the 10th Doctor with the 4th Doctor fighting Daleks, and to make it even better, they even had a full-size Dalek prop on the day. Not this one though. Nobody can have him. He's mine. The show was a rousing success, but why hear me blabber on about it when you can hear it from the man himself?
Oh, this? This is just the check from the unofficial Doctor Who charity stage play that me and my friends put on yesterday at the Lit in Surrey. And that is how much we raised. Actually, no it is not. We are at 1,312, which is wild. So Suds UK, hope you like money. I think it went incredibly. It was such a fun day. Stressful day, but fun show. Fun night. Everything went exactly as it was supposed to. There were laughs, there were cheers, there was me blowing out my voice. The cast and crew were both absolutely incredible. I love them all with all my heart. Count them. And thank you for letting me be a part of this video. Good stuff. Out of Plot, YouTube version coming soon!
Thank you, Jack. Got a bit dizzy at the end there, but I really want to congratulate you from the amazing work you've done and the amazing amount of money you've raised for a very good cause. And, you heard him right, although a lot of us couldn't go and see it on the day, a version of it has been filmed and will be put up in due course on the Jack Reeves YouTube channel. Once again, link in the description if you want to catch it for when it goes live. And as good as that charity work is, it sadly can't save us from having to talk about possibly the most disappointing entry on this list. A project that showed so much potential, but that unfortunately I have soured on since the release of this. Between the years of 2009 and 2015, a YouTuber called Babelcolor released a 4-part mini-series entitled The 10 Doctors that brought together all 10 Doctors. Well, I guess technically 12. Well, actually it's 13 if you count War. Okay, all the Doctors at the time together to battle the ultimate evil, himself. It was made by bringing in clips from the actual show and editing them together, recontextualizing what happens in them, and recording a few new voice lines to sort of tie everything together. And for what it was pretty good. Now Babelcolor has made the decision to recreate this project, along with adding some elements of the Chibnall era that were already sort of present in the story, but just enhancing it, and thus the Timeless Doctors was born. This was a project I was so excited for, being someone who actually remembers the original so vividly in my mind. And yet, as each new trailer has released, my enthusiasm has wavered somewhat, and we can't deny it any longer, he's using AI to make the film. Or maybe that's unfair, he's using it in part. He has released a statement in the form of one of the comment replies on the video saying that AI only makes up around about 3% of the 2-hour project, but also that's probably about 6 or 7 minutes worth of AI footage. And he does stress that he only uses it in shots that are specifically so impossible to recreate with just using old clips and stuff, which sounds reasonable, but hear me out. But before I go any further, I must stress that the link to this video and Babelcolor's channel in general, Babelcolor, is still going to be in the description. I want you to go over, check out for yourselves. If you're excited for the project, then don't let me ruin that for you. I am here to spotlight, and this is why I included it in the first place. I just wanted to add this little addendum because I'm not exactly thrilled about the whole AI situation, and I don't want to take away from your enjoyment if you really like that content. So please go watch it, judge for yourself, and maybe come back to hear me ramble a bit, but this is why I personally don't agree with it. When you utilise AI for a project like this, even if you've made new CG shots and most of the work is actually yours, by just using AI, you've damaged the reputation of that project, and it brings every single shot into question. And it's not even subtle when it shows up in the trailer, by the way. The music is very clearly made from this program that takes a word or phrase that you input into it and makes a song based around that, which weirdly is the same program that Coke used to make their Christmas ad this year, which also, by the way, did not go down well with the general public, myself included. And there are some very ugly shots where it's very obvious it's being used, like this one for Omega, where the mask does not move how the mask actually would move, and then this one at the very end of Matt Smith, and they both just make my skin crawl knowing that the original actors had like no say in this at all. Like Matt Smith's likeness, I suppose when you reuse clips that he's already done, that's fine, but when you make it look like he actually did this when he didn't, that's when it starts getting a bit ethically grey and makes me feel a bit icky. What gets me the most about this whole situation is that the creator was very open about the fact that his usual music guy actually didn't do the music track for the trailer, but what he wasn't open about was how he made it, and he never actually once said he used AI for it, even though we all know that that is the case. It makes me just trust the creator a little bit less, and I don't know, it's just one of those things. AI is kind of here to stay now, but it really makes me upset every time I see it being used in this community, which is in a very special position and usually takes what the show has given us and explores it in such creative ways. And I must stress that this project still, for the most part, does that. It's just the usage of AI brings that creativity and that, I guess, passion, or I don't know, it just brings it down for me personally, and for a few other people like I've seen in the comments section. So let's move on from AI slop for a minute and talk about something that is man-made and just so beautiful. Again, this didn't release on the anniversary itself, but it was so close, and I've got to be honest, it's absolutely marvellous. mb&homeland is another Doctor Who fan film making group that's been doing the rounds for a few years now, and they've recently come out with this new trailer for a new Doctor Who project called Doctor Who Outlander, despite supposedly being finished with Doctor Who fan films after their last episode, The Lights of Skaro, which absolutely slaps, by the way. I love that project. But yeah, Doctor Who Outlander, it looks bloody beautiful, right? From the trailer we can already gather that this project will be taking place during the 1963 assassination of JFK, and the production values for a Doctor Who fan film are through the roof. I mean, look at this shot in the forest at night with the fog and the torches beaming through the dark, and it is just beautiful. These guys have indeed been cooking, and I cannot wait to see the full project when it releases, I believe sometime next year. With that, we are vastly reaching our final and biggest segment of the whole video, but just before we get there, I wanted to spotlight a couple more members of the community who aren't exactly releasing fan projects, but they were active and doing brilliant things in the community on the day. Firstly, we have Captain Jimmy Pie bringing us this wonderful Sonic Lance custom, as may have been used by the Jo Martin Doctor in a what-if capacity. Not an official thing that she actually used, but something that she could have used in her stories. I love this design, honestly. I love how it harkens back to the technology of the Vision. It definitely looks like one of their guns, and I love his reasoning for why Jo Martin would have a lance but not a screwdriver, because the lance is more, I guess, oppressive, or at least it has offensive. That's what it is. The lance has more offensive capabilities, whereas you could argue the sonic screwdriver is a lot more defensive, which really fits the character of the fugitive compared to the other Doctors. And I like how he tied it back to Colin Baker, who originally had the sonic lance, and how their Doctors are both very arrogant, and how he could imagine, like, I could imagine hearing the 6th Doctor say, yeah, I don't need a sonic screwdriver, I'm too smart for that, I'm smart enough not to need one, which is paraphrasing, but basically a line that Jo Martin said when she first appeared. It's a beautiful little prop, and honestly, kind of wish I had one myself. Captain, if you watch this video, let me know, hit me up, I'll buy one. Next up, we have a personal favourite of mine, MrTARDIS, in a talk with Lewis Morehouse about living paintings. If you don't know who Living Paintings are, they're a company that specialises in making these 3D books for visually impaired children to help them feel what the characters in the stories would look like, and they also provide audio stories to go along with each book to help the immersion. They've been working to create a series of Doctor Who books for a good few years now, and even have a lot of Doctor Who alumni coming back to record the audio stories, including Christopher Eccleston, because as I always say, Christopher Eccleston is the most based of all the Doctors. I first heard about this project through MrTARDIS's videos, and I'm so ecstatic that we've got an update on such a beautiful project, bringing more inclusivity into Doctor Who. Please go watch his talk video about it, it's very good. And finally, we must all take a moment to give a huge congratulations to Tharries, who has recently finally passed the 30,000 subscriber mark on Doctor Who's birthday as well, which for a WhoTuber I'd say is pretty perfect timing. You can go over to his channel now to watch his live stream where he reacted to the milestone just tipping over and proceeded to miss it by faffing around with some technical stuff when it happened. Typical. Bloody typical. He was this close.
Wait, no, it's gone all wrong.
Either way, congratulations, man. It's incredibly well deserved. And now we get to what I at least considered the biggest event of the day, which was the DW 2012 Future of the Show video. And I say this is the biggest because they didn't just announce one series or show off a trailer. Oh no, my friends. They announced the birth of a whole new bloody universe.
Everything ends, at some point. That's natural. But the end truly isn't the end. Because as one chapter closes, another is yet to start.
Seriously, this thing felt like a Marvel Kevin Feige style announcement video, so let's take everything one step at a time, shall we? The first big announcement, of course, was the continuation of the Remastered series that began a few years back, which fans have been eagerly waiting for. However, it's not continuing on with Series 2 as a lot of us expected. It has been confirmed that due to general disappointment of the final product and the story being told, Luke has taken everything from pre-Series 5 and completely thrown it in the bin, completely scrapped. This does mean that Series 1 is actually getting made for the third time now, which is mental to think about, but in my personal opinion, this is the right approach to take. If you're not happy with the story, then you have every right to change it, and watching that first Remastered series, which you can do, it is on YouTube, enjoy it while it lasts, I guess, it is very clear that although it looks quite impressive still, and a lot of it has been updated, the scripts themselves still feel like they're stuck in 2012, 2013, whichever year it was. Joe Street has signed on to be the director, which I think is the absolute right choice, giving the DW 2012 universe a flair of the Echo trilogy, and we now have a trailer showing off all of the cool stuff we have to come from Series 1 and 2, along with announcing a lot of new Doctors and some returning Doctors like the Velocity Doctor and personal favourite Quiffy's back, yay! I spoke to Megan Shirley, Luke's partner in every sense of the word in this endeavour, and I asked her how she felt about redoing everything from scratch again.
The remastered series for DW 2012 is something that we've worked on for quite a while now, but the coolest thing about it is just getting to do it again. You know, going right back to the roots, reliving these characters in such a new and exciting way, getting to relive all the happy times you had, making the originals and just making something really cool of it. It can be a challenge in itself, you know, for my character Meg, who I play, going right back to the start and having to act so new and fresh with loads of hope in her eyes, you know, having to forget exactly where you know this character is going, and you're so used to playing her, as I have done for the past 10 years. It can be quite a challenge, but it is really fun in itself as well. I get to be behind the scenes quite a lot as well. On other episodes I get to play some villains sometimes, maybe in like a little mask, no one knows it's Moosh, it's fine. And yeah, it's just cool getting to be creative with so many different people.
Thanks for the insight, Meg, and if you remember a friendly face from earlier, I talked to Elise as well about how she felt being part of the DW 2012 universe, and now that she is in the role of Lily Roberts.
As well as playing the Doctor in Joe's film, I'm also lucky enough to have been asked to play a companion for the Remastered Series 2 with Luke and Meg in DW 2012, which is so bizarre because I remember being little and watching, maybe not that little, but younger than I am now, and watching them build the TARDIS, and it's so cool that now I've been in that TARDIS that was actually for Joe's film, but now the new TARDIS as well. It's so incredible that I'm also still playing Doctor Who, but it's in a TARDIS and it feels like a real TARDIS. I actually cried the first time I stepped into their original one because it was such a pinch me moment. I've only actually filmed once for them so far, so I'm really excited of what's coming in the future, but we had such an amazing time. I just went over for the weekend and we bulk filmed loads of stuff. I sat on a motorbike, you can see me on a motorbike in the trailer, which is so cool. It's so lovely to be able to work with these people that have been that are veterans of Doctor Who fan films really, and to also have Joe, who's a good friend of mine who, you know, got me into the Echo films, and now him coming over and being a director, it's really lovely to kind of approach that with him and with a lot of the other actors from the Echoes films, some of which have already been revealed, some of which haven't, I don't believe, all transitioning over to DW 2012. I feel like we've retired into DW 2012, which has been so cool. The amount of people that work on this whole kind of Doctor Who fan film community. It's like you've got the Doctor Who community and then you've also got this fan film community, and the people that watch are so invested and pick up continuity errors and things that you know I would have never noticed, and it makes you go, wow, there's so many people that are so invested in this, and there is a proper a proper community around it, which is so lovely, and it's really lovely to have been a part of that in Echoes and to now be a part of it in DW 2012 as well. It's an experience that I never thought my life would take me in, but has been just so cool to be a part of. So I'm really excited to see where it goes.
Thanks, Elise. Can't wait to see more from you in the series. For the first time since the channel was created in 2012, Luke is bringing on some very new talent to put their own stamp on the DW 2012 universe, with 2 new live-action spin-offs in the works. In the dynamic works, you may say. Unit Echo Division is a spin-off set in the DW 2012 multiverse in a different timeline than the one we're used to. It stars descendants of classic Doctor Who companions working together to figure out the mysterious disappearance of an influencer. It will feature familiar faces from the main show in different roles, one of those faces being Alan Rafferty, who played the Toymaker and Jonathan in Series 5. Not a lot is known about his character yet. I don't even think any of these characters have names, but I'm not sure which names go to which faces. But we know that he will be the showrunner for the series and one of the main creative driving forces. A trailer was shown off alongside the announcement, and if you like your Doctor Who a bit more grounded, with a more light, almost buddy cop type tone, then this will be the spin-off for you. Alongside that, we got the announcement of an anthology series entitled Monsters Among... I can't do it. I'm not. Monsters Among Us is set to explore different monsters from across the Whoniverse. Sadly, all we have right now is a logo, but given that it's been labelled a horror series, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw an appearance from the Cybermen, or even the Archelons, given that the Archelons are like the one DW 2012 creation that seems to have really stuck with the show. All we really know now is that Dominic G Martin is set to be one of the writers, and it is set to start production next year. Speaking of Dom, the Purple Doctor is travelling to the second dimension, as the green light has been given to create a series of animated episodes continuing the Purple Doctor's adventures. Set alongside Series 5, between the episodes of The Summer of 82 and Flatmates, this series intends to pick up on some of the character details between the Doctor and Meghan where they left off in those adventures, along with some amazing inspirational visuals and bringing in some new talent to the DW 2012 universe who are famous voice actors within the community but have yet to show their work on the channel. I spoke to the creator and animator of the show for his thoughts about the concept. Well, you know, I'm really excited for the project. I'm so glad Luke brought me on for this, and I hope to do my best. Can't wait to get started. Yeah, okay, alright, you got me. It's me who's making the series. But for the sake of fairness, I thought I'd talk to my lead stars to see how they feel about coming back to reprise these roles, and in animation no less. So, for the last time in this video, Dominic, Meg, please take it away.
So my feelings towards returning as the Purple Doctor. Well, I'm overjoyed to be returning. Honestly, I was never going to let it just lie at Time Crisis, because I'm so happy to be playing him. He's got so many years left, and no, I wouldn't be giving up this character without a fight. So being given another project, another opportunity to play him is just the best. I mean, it's always a joy to come back and play him and do more adventures as him. And so, along with Megan, this will be written, animated, and produced by the lovely Rory Stock. And I can't wait to get started. This character means a great deal to me. I've been playing him for nearly 8 years now, and I love him to bits. So to be doing this animation, to really sink my teeth into it, is going to be wonderful. Like, I can't wait. It's going to be so exciting. It's a whole new medium for the Purple Doctor to explore. And seeing myself in animation is just another matter entirely. Like, I'm a big fan of animation and anime. I grew up with this. Some of my favourite things in the world are animation, like Yu-Gi-Oh!, Cowboy Bebop, and The Simpsons. All those great things from my childhood that have just resonated with me throughout my life. I love animation in all its forms. And it's very, very good medium to just get extremely creative and daring with, and it's not the easiest by any fragment of the imagination to master. And I've seen Rory's work before, and there is such good work with animation there, and he is very talented, he's very driven, and I am so happy to be a part of this. So yeah, I am hyped and ready to get started on the animated universe. It's going to be so fun having two episodic DW 2012 series going. With the live action remaster series with Little Red, we've got the animated with Purple, and yeah, we're both active concurrently. Isn't that nice?
We have announced so many cool things, and doing Not Doctor Who Day was like the best thing ever. You know, you had everyone else posting all their contributions, whether it was cosplay or anything creative that they were doing. It was such a nice vibe to it. We announced so much cool things. One of my favourites was the animation that we are doing as well, that Rory has created some really cool characters of me and Dom. So we're now bringing Megan Williams and the Doctor, the Purple Doctor, to life through animation, and just seeing my character like walk and talk is in a way that I never thought we'd do. It's just really cool. So I'm quite surreal, so I'm quite excited to see that.
Thank you so much to those two, and to everyone who found the time to provide their thoughts throughout this video. This isn't even the only return of the Purple Doctor and Meg though, as to round off this entire video, we have the revival of the DW 2012 audios. This will be a two-wave audio series, the first wave focusing on the Doctor and Megan even earlier in the Series 5 timeline when they were still trapped on Earth, and will actually be remakes of some audios that were created in the early days of Series 5 to tide fans over between the release of Episode 1 and Episode 2, or as it later would be discovered, Episode 1's remake. The second wave of these audios is going to be an entirely new set of adventures, where I assume it's going to be one episode per one new Doctor that they have in their timeline, and the only thing we really know now is that one of them is written by Crispy Pro, who is actually a good friend of one of the new Doctors played by Troy. They do a podcast together, and neither of them knew that they were making an episode with the other. It was all a surprise, and Luke clearly has just been playing 4D chess to have this work out so perfectly. So that was quite fun to watch in their podcast. You know what? I'll leave that podcast in the description as well, because that wasn't released on the day, but you know what? It was a good laugh and really interesting to see Crispy's reaction to everything that's been going on, actually. Yeah. And there we have it. Everything. Most of what the fans had to offer for Doctor Who Day 2025. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, whether you've seen some of these projects, whether you're going to see it thanks to this video, and what you're really excited for. Any and all feedback is welcome, and if you want to see this become a yearly thing, then let me know actually in the comments, because I had a lot of fun putting this together, asking the people to help with their little audio segments, and yeah, this has just been a great project to work on, and I think that there is merit in having somewhere to go to when you want to see everything that's been going on in the community on such a special occasion as Doctor Who Day, as largely speaking that's when we all sort of come together and put out these projects or announcements for future things to come. And like I said earlier, hopefully next year we can add a little thing where you can submit projects and things for me to talk about, or at least spotlight, but for the love of God, no more AI next year, please. I don't want to have to go into a second rant about that. Thank you all for watching, and I bet you'd all thought I'd forgotten, right? About my own little promise I made at the end of last year? Blood of the Daleks animation, was it? That was coming out in 2025. Where exactly is it? Well, don't worry, it hasn't been forgotten. Hopefully there will be an update video soon about where that project is and why I haven't actually released it when I wanted to, but until then I don't actually really have anything else to show.
Why have you stopped? You will not delay.
All right. No need to get grit in your grill. Just wanted to get my bearings. All these streets look the same in the dark.
You will not delay. You will
Okay. Look, this is it. This is where I last saw him. The Doctor. Right here. I just
You will take us to the Doctor, or you will be
This way! Okay, happy now? It's this way. Look, we'll find the Doctor somewhere along here.
Lucy!
Doctor, look out! I think they're
Hello? What was that? Are we back? Okay, we're back. I have no idea what all of that was about, but like I said, hopefully I'll soon make a video explaining what's going on with that project, but it is not abandoned. Don't worry, I intend to finish this. I'm very passionate about it. Thank you all for watching once again, and this time, for real this time, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, guys.